Now see, this is the name of the server. My name of the server is localhost.local domain. That's it has come. I should have changed the name. That's fine for time being because I have only one domain and one host and done. Now what you want? So installation is done for this. Version 1 agent installation is done and something like that. You can see that. So what to do? So you can add a new host actually in the different operating systems same way, and you can do Windows installations. You can do that and get going. Now, can I go and check
Cloud
the
also we
matrices?
can do here, right? Windows, Linux, and Cloud Foundry.
Yeah, all these things you can do that.
Yeah.
So now can I go and check the matrices? See that it's Linux VirtualBox powered by uses 11% memory, 10% of chip, disk, and network. Do you want to see the detailed one? Click on it. And you see that here. Understand this one. Properties and tags. Here you have. These are the property. You could have added more properties if you want to. You can add here also more property. More tags.
Properties means what? Properties means?
Properties means your system information. Okay. And
Okay.
tag,
Yeah.
custom tag. So here you see that. And this is a simple way. Your uses of CPU, memory, disk, NIC, two disks you have. Okay. And network services. Go a little down. CPU uses, system load right now. You see the graph for it downside. Okay. Consuming processes. You want to see the availability, no problem right now. Availability, processes, all processes. See, these are the processes running in your system. Okay, other processes. Okay. So, yep, this is the complete information about the system. No logs is monitored and stuff like that. So, did you understand that? How do we set up the info monitoring? All of you? Hello?
Yeah, I understand. I said.
Yeah. So, this is the way we can get it. So, now I got it done, the info monitoring. Now, next thing is how can you do the API monitoring? API monitoring. So API monitoring, let's understand that. How do we do that? So for that,
APM monitoring is application monitoring, right?
application monitoring. Yes. Yeah. So how do we do that? So let's understand the architecture first, and then we'll discuss. So here, for API monitoring, what you need to do is this is your server, and this is your server, and here you have a Java stuff. Okay. Java stuff. And inside the Java, you will run Tomcat. I'm showing you the demo of Java-based application.
Yeah.
Tomcat. Now, Tomcat will have some applications running. Let's say this is the applications. Here, apps. Now, end users means your application user will access that applications at a Tomcat. Correct?
Yeah.
All millions of users will hit on this address through the load balancer or through n number of ways. Yeah. Now, what I want, that API means matrix. API means tracer. API means application performance metrics. That means I want to know these users, how is their response time, performance. So who should be the right person to tell me? Many ways to get it. One of the ways is like internally. How do we get this API? So for that, I will ask Tomcat. Correct. Hey Tomcat, whatever that you are processing as part of each request, okay, share with me, because Tomcat will know everything about how many requests you got it, how many response you got it, how much time you spent for each request, and each request gone through which part of microservices or class file or something like that of the app. Correct? Are you getting?
Yeah.
So I should ask Tomcat. So for that, what I'll do, I will install one utility, one special jar file. We call it one agent jar file or something like that here in the Tomcat. Okay. And Tomcat, this utility will ask, and all information will send to the Dynatrace. Did you understand this whole things?
So this is for application level. We are going to install an there we are installing agent. Here it is like a one agent jar file.
Yeah. So one agent jar file, and here also one agent will be stored. One agent will be
Okay.
installed here.
Yeah. Basically, in Java, you will have a one agent installed, and on
Yeah.
top of that, you need to go for a particular application. You need a one agent jar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it? So
Yeah.
this together will send all the data to the Dynatrace, and here we will experience under the services here. Okay. So right now there's no services, so we have to do that. Understood?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So for that, click on the services deploy Dynatrace. Okay, let me see if I have some materials for it. So this is for the container, Linux, log monitoring, and I can't locate it, but yeah, we'll create it. So what to do? Again, start installations. Same way. You have to do same way and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do? So I am going to set up this machine with Tomcat. Okay, so let's do that. First, Java should be installed. So I will search for Tomcat install Debug.School. So this utility. Now I'm going to install the Tomcat. So for that, first thing Java need to be installed. Let's do that. Tomcat runs on Java.
Yeah. Now you are doing a jar file installation in the Tomcat.
This application.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically that one agent is built in, the jar file which I was talking about is built in the one agent one. Okay.
Okay.
So that I'll show you. So for that, install, go to CPT, OPT, and wget is already installed. No, so unzip. Okay, now I'm downloading the 9 version. If you want the 8 version, you can go for this. So I'm downloading the 9 version. .404, that means URL got changed. Download, change the URL.
So now you are installing a Tomcat.
Yeah. URL is 404. So downloading the Tomcat. Now after this, unzip this guy. After that, go to the Apache Tomcat. After that, you go to the bin directory, and here give the permissions. And so stop. I give the permission. All the commands you have here, so you can check this and start up the SSH. I'm going to start this. Done. Check that Tomcat is running or not. Grep Tomcat is running. So now you
And
understood this.
same steps apply for the cloud also, right? virtual machines, cloud virtual machines?
See, think in this way. Whether it's
Sorry?
think in this way. Whether the machine is running in your laptop as a VM or is running on cloud like AWS or Azure, it's the same
Yeah.
machine. Operating system is same. So
Yeah,
all the
correct.
instructions will be same. It's just like a
Oh,
platform that's changed.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now I am going to run the startup.sh. Now I did this. This is done. So for installing and all, you can check this tutorials. Now I need to access the Tomcat. For that, I'm disabling the firewall. So for that, it's not good practice, but for learning flawless, I'm just doing it. Now I'm going to check this 192.99.80.80, and now this is running. Now there are few examples code. I'm not deploying any code in Tomcat because there's some example application in Java which is already done. So now I'm doing it and done. Now what to do? So now let's just go to the here, which we have done already. Okay, that agent installation process, I use the same machine, so I don't have to do that. So what you have to do is restart the Dynatrace agent. So that is the thing we have to do that. Now the command for that is just let me systemctl status dyna one agent, or it's a Dynatrace one agent actually. Yeah, one agent. So it's running. Can we restart this? Restart. Done. Now just wait for a few seconds and I will generate some traffic. See, application has to have some traffic, right? Then
Yeah.
only you can get a
True.
real here, because this guys has to create lots of traffic. Then only
Yeah.
this agent will send to the Dynatrace. So what
Correct.
to do? I'm using some G meter for creating a traffic, fake traffic. Now, how can I do that? So for that, I have a J meters already. Here, I'm starting this J meter, and fake traffic will be created on Tomcat, some fake applications, some dummy applications like this from the app. So this is the fake applications which is running right now. So let me create traffic. So thread group unlimited 5 users per second, and sampler HTTP request, and you can manually also create 100 times, but you won't enjoy actually like this, right? You can't keep doing every time, right? Listener, and I think it's done. Just set up and save it. Yes, and done. So I'm creating some fake traffic, and I'll go to services and see that if you have, and now see that it has come. So it has come. This were not there earlier. Now it has come. So examples, if you look at this microservices, examples is a service which I'm done right. So now you get the traffic also, and here you can see. and one applications, 0 services. Still that it will populating. It will take some time, but yeah, you will get a response time, failure rate, and throughput, CPU utilizations and all. So response time, failure rate, CPU, throughput, few more information. You can go and check the resource request. I'm hitting only one request, one resource. Okay, so see here, all this. So matter of you experiencing all this, whatever you have, and it will take some time to fill this, let's say 30 minutes or something. But once it's filled that, you can see the response time, failure rate, CPU, throughput, and you can analyze all this thing as per your requirement.
So it will not show immediately. It will take some time to update in the Dynatrace.
It is showing that it has started coming. But what you will do for the 1 minute of data, for visualizing the problems, at least you have 20-30 minutes of data, right? Duration.
Yeah. How much time it will take to refresh the data in Dynatrace? What is
Depends
the
on that
duration?
how. So I think it's a 15 second, but you can check that if it is not. So where you can check this ATC Dynatrace, you can set this all this thing. ATC Dyna. Why is not coming? Wait a second. So right machine should be. Oh, sorry, it's not ATC. It's gone to the OPT. I was getting confused. The little other tools. It's gone to OPT, and here Dynatrace. Here conf directory of one agent, and here conf directory cd conf, and all the variables you can set in this. So here you can check this interval for this. Interval is not there. Here in this file. So 300 millisecond is set for this. And so you can check all this stuff automatically. Okay, so now what we are doing, what we did actually. So if you see that I did this one. Now data is filling, it will take some time, let it fill. So now I'm going to do the log monitoring. But before log monitoring, you know what should do some infra monitoring, some other tools also. For example, let's use Apache. Here, let's do Docker and stuff like that. Okay, so let's do that. So right now I'm doing the Docker monitoring and stuff like that. So for that, what you have to do, install the Docker in this machine. So, and all this tutorial you should be seeing here. So what you are going to do, install the Docker, step 1, then validate some settings of monitoring in Dynatrace at Dynatrace, and after that run few containers, and after that you check that containers is up and running or not. Simple. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. So installing the Docker in my machines. So how can I do that? So here, Dynatrace, Docker installation, DevOpsSchool, and I'm going to install the Docker in my machines. So this is the method I'm going to try it out. So let's do that. Home page, home locations, and running the Docker.
So you're creating a Docker image.
No, no, no. Why should I? I'm monitoring. That's not my development. Is not my job today, right? My work
Yes.
is to set up observability. That means I will
Mhm.
monitor the container, not image.
Okay.
So I'm installing the Docker for the platform, and then I'll run the few containers and then monitor the containers. That's all.
Okay.
So by the time the data will be filling, because this part you cannot do without a data, this part. This
Yes.
one and
Yeah.
dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
So this part you cannot do without it. So let it fill the data, and
Mm-hmm.
by the time we'll show the integrations also. So almost done, Docker.
Mm-hmm. So after installing a Docker, then we are going to next step we are going to create a dashboard.
What is said? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Once you once this Docker is installed, then we are going to create a dashboard for checking the monitoring things.
Yeah. So the alerting
Yes.
required the data, and
Yeah.
dashboard
Yeah.
also required the data. So this
Okay.
is the data gathering mechanism. We'll do
Yeah.
that, and alerting and dashboard will do tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, it's done.
So I install this Docker. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to run this and enable this Docker and start the Docker. And done. Now what I'm going to do is, as per this practice, few containers I want to run it. Okay. So I'm going to run few
Mm-hmm.
containers. One container.
What is this containers?
Container, it has some applications
Okay,
which we
so
want
you
to
are
monitor.
yeah, you are installing the applications on Docker.
Yes, container. Okay.
Yeah.
So nowadays we are running application in container only.
Yeah.
So like that. Okay, so I got a few containers. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I forgot to check, which is go to the Dynatrace, manage, setting, process monitoring, and see that this is enabled or not. So go to the Dynatrace, somewhere manage, setting, and here check that containers. So here somewhere downside, if you see, where's the containers? Where is this? Here. Did you see? Did you see that? Processes and containers. Okay.
Yeah.
So container monitoring. This is something. Let me manages process and containers and containers. So process and containers and containers. So now what should be enabled? So if you're not enabling it, so your container will not be monitored. If you want to monitor the container in doc windows, then this is disabled by default. Okay, so you have to enable it. So all these rules also you can set it up. Container monitoring rules, built-in container monitoring rules, and stuff like that. So that's done. Now I'll go and check that infrastructure containers. Do I have 3 containers? So here I don't see the containers. Why? Because maybe Dynatrace is not restarted. So
okay, whenever you install a new application, you need to restart the Dynatrace to enable that one, right?
it's a good practice. Sometimes it automatically detects. I don't have a list of services which automatically detect, but yes, it's a good practice.
Okay.
And here, now refresh. And see here, container has come. 1 container has come right now. How many containers I'm having? 3 containers,
right?
So I should have 3 actually. So hold on for a second. Right now, 1 is it's a container group. Sorry, I'm getting confused. It's a container group, and now you should have 3 containers. So localhost name Ubuntu and just a second, just wait for a few seconds. It automatically comes, but it's not there right now. There is one problem also. If you see, the problem has you have maybe some CPU issues actually. So the CPU utilization high for this machine, and that could be one of the regions. Okay, so this is just issues, but my focus right now is to container. And still many data has not come. So I see that 3 containers.
It's only 1.
No, this is a group. I'm looking for the container.
Yeah.
So contains 1 container. This is a problem. So let me add one more.
Yeah.
Docker run -itd sonar or httpd.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.